What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I'm going to talk about a topic that I have rarely discussed in the past 6 months on this channel. However, yes, I still do it, and that topic is Amazon merch. Not only am I going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about what my opinion is in terms of what the hottest products are in all of Amazon merch. So I'm super fired up to show you this, and I'm also going to reveal to you one such t-shirt that I do have on merch that is crushing it 2 months out of the year, and I do have several of those t-shirts, but this one here is doing this every single year, as are most of those t-shirts, and that's the topic of this video. So I'm fired up again. I hope you're fired up. Let's go and do this. Okay, so contrary to popular belief, yes, I'm still in merch, people. I still do merch, I still do KDP, although I will say this much, I'm not really liking either one too much. That will be a whole other video in its own, but let's talk about merch, and let's talk about why merch is still the better of the two. And here you'll see a t-shirt that I've recently had that did a pretty stellar job. And I'll say this much about this one t-shirt is just like some of the other t-shirts that I've shown here, except I'm not going to show this one. This one does this year in and year out with no advertising whatsoever. It's hard to imagine for me what would happen if I put some advertising dollars into this, but I'll be kind of honest with you guys. I'm just kind of lazy about the whole thing. And you know, this is a rut that entrepreneurs usually fall into. It's when they get lazy about something or they don't really care about it, they just kind of let it be. That's what I've done with this particular t-shirt, but still every single year on 2 months, it does these kind of numbers. And it's great, it's great. So this is a total of 90 days. Really the bulk of the sales were in 45 days, but in the maximum that merch lets you put in the date range, which is 90 days, it still did $3,000, despite the fact that this particular holiday was over. Like nobody cared about it anymore, but still every single month, for some reason, some of these t-shirts sell, even though it's completely out of its holiday season. So people just buy this shirt. They just love this shirt, and as can be the case with many shirts, especially if they go viral. So let's talk about what these shirts are and what category they're in. And this is why I believe that this type of t-shirt is the absolute best for people to do, and that is just very little known holidays. And some of the bigger ones work too, but some of the smaller known holidays can absolutely destroy it, and there's not as much competition as the rest of it. So let's go ahead and look at some of the potential t-shirts and how it would go about and how I actually did the research for this particular product. Now, I will say this much, I also do love current events or coming up event t-shirts. I absolutely crushed it when there was, I think it was, I don't even know what the name of it is, where you can't look at the sun. That's how totally airheaded I am about this. And I can't figure it out for the life of me right now. But solar eclipse, there we go, solar eclipse. I'm not gonna edit this so that I look smart. You guys can see that I can have some moments also. So I like to use Merch Hunter, and if we go back over here, if we go to product research and then go to Merch Hunter, it's going to show us how to do this. So all I would start out with is right now, like, see what's going on. Let's say I haven't made any t-shirts in a long time. I'll leave the BSR here. I'll include all excluded brands. I don't like to look at those brands. I think that does the excluded brands. I won't look at any keywords here at first. I do like to look at the top 300 US marketplace, and I do select merch by Amazon t-shirts. Once I get all that, I just go and hit search, and it's going to sort it by sales rank, but sometimes I'll reverse it and look by reviews. And you might wonder, like, why would I look at reviews, especially if you're brand new? Well, the ones that have the most reviews are the ones that have been selling the longest, and so chances are if you try to create something that looks like one of those, you might not have that great deal of success unless there's a design element that makes it massively different. So the ones that have words, you know, good luck with those. If there's a t-shirt that's had words, it's been sitting up there at the top for a long time, it's almost impossible to beat those unless you do reviews and things like that that help boost the sales. So for example, I graduated, can I go back to bed now? So this is pretty awesome. This one is awesome, and I'll tell you why. Even though it has 14 ratings, you don't have to use or make this shirt with those same words. You can switch the words around. You could use your own words on that, and then you could change the font altogether. But this is my perfect type of t-shirt because you can merge this with current events, and you can do a lot of things that's going on. So right now, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, and you could literally have them remember it by the year they graduated, there was this stuff going on. So that is a perfect idea of a t-shirt that I would do. And I actually have some graduation t-shirts that switch it up here and there. I do still have my designers making some that show the current events or talk about some current events, and they work extremely well. Here's Awesome Like My Daughter. Obviously, this one 121 ratings. This is the exact type of t-shirt that I was talking about that you never want to copy unless there's a clear-cut theme and or you came up with something that's entirely original. And in that case, it probably won't sell as well. But you never want to copy this. It'd be impossible to catch someone's eye with a different font, a different color shirt, or anything that's really changed around. Like Awesome Like My Daughter. You could also, the only way that I would see that you could switch this up is by using some of the words that the kids are using right now. So for example, right now everybody uses fire and everybody uses bet and everybody uses things like dope, and you really kind of can change it up like that if there's a market for it, which there probably is, and if that market has not been saturated, which is the key. So I don't want like 100 people out there putting like fire like my daughter, and then all of a sudden they come back and they get pissed off at me, but they fail to realize that there was already 2,000 shirts that already say that. So again, if you can come up with some current event words that might catch somebody's eye, particularly like you don't want to target these to the much younger generation. You want to stick around millennial to Gen Z because that's the majority of people right now that are doing a lot of shopping, particularly for t-shirts. So that's what I would do on anything like this. But this is more or less like not my ideal shirt. I don't think it's the hottest ones. I like to tend to go for the holidays, particularly when you can merge them with current events and what's going on. Because really, if you can create a holiday one that works real well, the easy way to be able to scale that out is by just having the name of a brand and then putting several other shirts underneath that same name. And now you got yourself a shop. So now you got yourself where if they like one shirt, the odds that they click into the brand name and take a look at the rest of these shirts are a lot higher than any other way that you're going to use, even with advertising. Because if they already clicked into one shirt, the likelihood that they might peek in to see if you have anything else that's cool is very high. So that's what I would really go about doing. Like, you know, these nursing ones and all that, those are a little bit more about design. I still like to tend to go with ones that have words. And of course, avoid things like Yoda and things of that nature. Like this one, 1973. I guess this is in honor of feminism, Roe versus Wade. So that's a current event that a lot of people are paying attention to. I graduated, can I go back to bed now? Like that's a big theme. This one's really, I don't even understand it. The design is horrible. It looks like a kindergartner made it. So it's kind of out there. This one's very interesting. But again, this is a current event that's going on. And usually it's rare that I put like a whole intricate design, but I think this one's done quite nicely. Again, graduated, can I go back to bed now? That seems to be something that's really popular. I'm not sure why. It could have been something that was said in a movie, or again, it could just be something that people keep copying off of each other. So I might put something like, I graduated, can I go back to playing video games? Like change it up to something that kids typically do a lot. And that's how I would go about and change that up and still get involved in something like that. So a lot of these 1973s, at first I thought it was the year that you graduated or the year that that particular person graduated. And a lot of these are straight out of high school. These have been going on for a long time. Like at one point I thought that they might have even been like trademark infringing, but it seems like not. And this one, My Body, My Choice, this is done like the plastic bags. A lot of these going on, My Body, My Choice, birthday boy, time to level up. Let's see, happy last day of school. So they're celebrating last day of school. This is a good one. That always happens every single year. So this is an ideal one for something that is brand new. This is brand new, that has 0 reviews. It's $13.07. The merchant is Birkenstock. So I'm not sure how, so yeah, I don't know if it's Birkenstock. That's the reason it's selling so well, but 122 sales, that's pretty darn good. So again, Mamasaurus, I would avoid all these. They're hard to avoid. Even this one, that's from Breaking Bad. Like that's at least something. It is from Breaking Bad, so there you can have it. Girl Dad, Girl Dad. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure. Like that, this is reminds me of the Kobe Bryant shirts that used to be out a while back. When something happened with that. I don't remember what it was, but again, it goes to show you how much I know some of this crap. So this is another one. I Love Hot Moms. That's kind of a cool one because you could use that for I love a lot of things. So I would just brainstorm what those things are. And again, pay attention to current events and then try to work off of that. Like, I would totally be able to run this with a lot of them. The font's real simple. It's just a heart. It's words. Like, you could have any designer fire this up if you have 20 of these ideas, and they could go crazy with it. Like, I'm about to do it myself. It's weird being the same age as old people. That's just kind of funny, right? Retired. Again, retirement is another great one. This is a great one because it's a holiday. It's like not really so much celebrated holiday that happens for somebody almost every day of the year. It's a holiday for somebody out there that's retired. And again, this one has 0 reviews, $17.98, 99 sales. So somebody's digging these flowers and the woman type theme of the pink on it. So I would pay attention to that. Change up the flowers to some other ones. You know, some ladies maybe like the baby blue, and so you could really do a lot of things with that one. Bieber's Peaches, I guess that's referring to Bieber likes some ass. I guess this is Bieber's, Justin Bieber's store. I thought he was married, but apparently Bieber likes some ass. Peaches, again, something's going on with Justin Bieber's Peaches. Maybe he got a new song. I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to a lot of Justin Bieber.
Guess what, chicken butt? I mean, there's not really anything you can do there with that one. A Mamasaurus, I would clearly avoid that. That's certainly not a good one. And let's see what else we can find here. More 1973s. As you've seen already, they're all over the place. Daddy Shark and Marvel. And some more Mommy Shark, South Park. Everything's branded here. We've got, now this is a really good one. I just officially graduated kindergarten, so this is fantastic. This one is $15.99. It's got quite a few sales on there, 81 sales. It's again by Birkenstock, but I think that a lot of these shirts can easily sell if you just change up the design. They do pretty well. We've got some Buzz Lightyear shirts, again Roe versus Wade, a bunch of those. And some college, elementary school shirts. Mom 2020 graduates. That's a great idea of a graduation one being themed and turned into a mom type t-shirt. So that one's $15.95. 20 some sales. It looks like might even be 97. My site's going away, guys. It's a bad thing. I need one of those retirement shirts, or the ones that said that I started to look like old people over here. That's what's going on. What else do we got here? Mom of 2 boys. So that could be easily themed into other things, but it's probably overdone. We got, again, Bieber and 73 shirts. We got some Queen shirts and things like that. Let's just look at page 2 really briefly, and then we'll just call it a day. Here we go. Love Pre-K, Lookout Kindergarten. So long Pre-K, Lookout Kindergarten. Again, a great idea of one to do for a theme with kindergarten and graduating kindergarten. You can graduate kindergarten just like you graduate high school. Here's a superhero one, obviously using Marvel, trademark infringing, but it would be interesting if you tried a generic hero and see how that works there. And clearly Marvel will probably work better, but we could always definitely give that a shot. Now here's another interesting one. This is a graduate one, how I talked about earlier. So it's kind of interesting we stumbled across this one. This one has 214 ratings, which means it's had an insane amount of sales. It's $19.95, but again, it uses that video game theme along with graduation. And again, you can use this for a lot of different things. You can use this for, I pause my game to graduate kindergarten. And you're welcome. But they've got a pixelated theme, so it kind of falls along the lines of being a true video game t-shirt. So again, it would be interesting to see if you added some words to that and or used other themes that you can think of that kids are doing. So let's see if we see anything else. Again, more Roe versus Wade, which again, I guess that's not very surprising. I've got Dad graduate, just like we had Mom graduate. And again, more kindergarten t-shirts with the kids going into first grade. Looks like that's a pretty decent amount of shirts that we came across. So hopefully you guys get the idea of how you either use a current event and or a mini holiday, lesser holiday than the big ones, and you can even merge them together, but you can change things up. So let me know if you have any questions or comments, post them below. I always answer those, and I'll see you guys next time.